Hello again on this Sunday afternoon. We're switching gears today and we're going to try something. We're going to go back to one of our mainstays here, Mo Ayoub from Oregon. This is his Latifeh Cuvée 2018, 100% Pinot Noir. Now, as you know, as we discussed before, Mo is very fond of paying tribute to his family, his childhood, his siblings, his parents. We've had the memoir series with different pictures on the label from different members of his family. But he seems to keep a special place in his heart for his mother, Latifeh. And this is a cuvée that is in her name. It's his top cuvée, his best wine of his own description, his most expensive wine. And it's a single barrel that he chooses every year that is his favorite of all the barrels he makes, and he makes this cuvée out of this one barrel. And so I bought a few of these over the years, but this is the first time I opened one of my own. I tasted it at the winery. This is a 2018, so I should have probably waited a little bit, but as we've discussed before, sometimes it's frustrating to wait on everything. You want to get an early peek at some of the stuff. Maybe you learn and you buy more, which is what happened with the whole cluster Pinot Noir that he makes from his estate. I tried that not too long ago. We did a video on that, and I liked it so much. I knew that the following vintage I had to buy more. And so if I had waited 10 years, I would have never been able to do that. And same thing with this. So we opened it yesterday at dinner, and let's just see what it has. It's very clear. Now it's got a little more wine in the glass, but it's really very clear when you pour it. It's got that pink, clear burgundy, young burgundy tint, which is really just beautiful and so sharp. On the nose, it's got a little bit of that lemon peel that you find in Oregon Pinot, but not a lot. It's really a mix of some mushroom and earth, which is unusual for such a young wine. You've got the lemon peel, you've got a little bit of red fruit, but maybe more raspberry, not necessarily darker than that. And you've got a little bit of alcohol. These wines have been increasing in alcohol because of the weather. Used to be able to shoot for somewhere between 12 and 13%. This is more like 13.5, 13.8. And I think it's just because of the heat, especially in Oregon in the last few years. But it still stays in check. And it's a really nice sort of balance between all these different notes on the nose. I have to apologize for the plane traffic. I guess things are picking up again. It's a Sunday. A lot of planes flying out to LaGuardia. It's really, as we discussed before, again, Mo's wines have something about them that makes them absolutely enjoyable from day one. But at the same time, based on some of what I've read, because I haven't been able to age one in my cellar for 5-10 years yet, but based on what I hear, they also age very, very nicely. And he's got also a focus on trying to make a Burgundian style wine, so it stays a little bit more refined, even though it's got the fruit from the New World, but it stays a little bit more refined, and it's got that mix of being able to keep all that stuff in check. It's even keeled sort of attitude, which is really, but with some joy on top, I would say. So it's not like a serious wine, but it's a very enjoyable, fine, classic wine that really just brings a something special. And on the, when you taste it, again, it's so balanced. I mean, the finish is there. The finish is on the fruit, not on the fruit is not really on the front so much. It's on the finish. That red fruit, raspberry, maybe a little bit of maybe raspberry, just raspberry to me. And a little bit of acidity on the tongue. And the mouth is just round, and you got this mix of flavors that I discussed before on the nose. The mushroom, the fruit, a little bit of that lemon peel. It's just so pleasant right off the bat. And I know it's sometimes you take a very expensive bottle of wine and you say, oh, it's pleasant. But I think it's a terrific compliment too, because it means you can just drink it and enjoy it without having to worry that you missed something, or that, oh my God, this is, a fancy bottle of wine, I really have to try harder. It doesn't push you to do that. It's very enjoyable, it's beautiful, it's got all these complex things that you can think about if you choose to, but even if you didn't, you just tell yourself, I'm really enjoying this bottle of wine. And I think this is highly recommended by me, and it's truly one of his best wines. I think this and the whole clusters that we discussed before are really my two favorite wines, given the price. I mean, he makes some really good wines too, like the Memoir, which is just an incredible joy to have at half the price. But everything has a place, and Mo has figured it out, and I think this is terrific. Cheers.